Looks like my belt and braces approach to putting these taps on has worked. Got no leaks. I've had petrol in there for a few days. Yeah, no leaks at all, so at least that's good. Just got to sort this problem out with this tap. That one's fine. I have now got a, have I got an elbow to try. Really depends where that bend goes. So I'm going to put this on and just see if that just solves that problem of hitting the catching on here. I mean, it's only just touching, but obviously that's going to vibrate against there and wear the chrome off. So best to avoid if we can. So I'll fit this little elbow. Let's see how that goes. Well, that's not going to work either. In fact, if anything, that's worse. Yeah, it's just catching there. Annoying. And that's not even down, look. That's not even fully down there. Yeah. Might have to be no filters. Let's look at offset ones. That might be the answer. If I get offset back plates, drop the filters down, that might be the way around it. See that with some sort of different filter. Yeah, see if I can get offset back plates, I think. Hopefully you can buy just the back plate. I don't really want to buy complete new filters. Yes. And the only thing is, will that then affect touching this? It's going to be down further. Yeah. I'll swing it out. It doesn't need to move much. It's only just on there. See, that will try and bend the other pipe. Which I know if I try and do that, it's probably going to end up with a kink in it. But that just ain't going to work, is it? We'll try and bend this pipe. Right. Back to the drawing board. I have found a new tap which has got a 90-degree outlet on it, so hopefully that will do the trick. And there, so I ain't got to worry about having the pipe hanging out at the bottom. The only thing I don't really like about this is it's got this funny little bit on here. It's a little sort of cup washer and an O-ring to give the seal, and there's no nut on there, no locking nut. So I'm just going to try that first of all with this nut and O-ring, washer and O-ring, see how that tightens up, because as there's no adjusting nut, there's any guess where that's going to finish up when you tighten it. So I'm going to dry fit it first, see how it looks. If not, I'll probably have to take the nut off there and hope there's enough thread on this one to tighten it up. That's the plan. Well, yeah, unfortunately where that tightens up is no good. That's pointing completely the wrong direction. Yeah, so that ain't going to be any good. I'm going to have to try this with the nut, and hopefully there'll be enough there to lock it in place, given that this thread is rubbish. Not the thread on the tap, the thread in the tank. Right, let's have another go. And there we have a problem. That locking nut, it's quite deep. Time you get a dirty washer on there, they've got hardly any threads left on the top, so that ain't gonna really work. Unless I can find, or I turn down, which I don't really want to do, this locking nut. I'll see if I can find a thinner lock nut to fit that. If not, it's going to be back to this and trying to find some sort of other solution. Yes, problems. Okay, so after failure with the with that tap, I'm going to try and make a tighter version of this. I've got some of these solder in ends, so it's basically the same as that end there. Got some pipe, 5/16 inch 8mm pipe, which is left over from when I did my van conversion for the gas. Got some flux, solder, pipe bender, pipe cutter, cup of tea. I think that's all I need. Right, so the hardest thing is going to be bending, or creating a bend tighter than that one. And I think what I'll probably have to do is also assemble this with the nut already on it, and then do the soldering with the pipe in, because I don't think the sort of tightness I'm looking at I'll be able to get that over. So yep, that's the plan. Yeah, so first of all I need to create a bend, and there are a couple of bends in this already, but I don't think they're really tight enough, so I'll get on and do that. do it. I'll give that a little bit of a clean up in a minute. I'm just holding this in position in case it slips off. Wait for that to cool down and then I'll give that a wipe over and have a good look at it. Well, the first one wasn't tight enough on the bend, so I tried to make an even tighter one, but that just ain't really doing it. Even with sort of bending this back plate back a bit, they're still just, it is only just touching that, but I'm not that happy with it. So it looks like I might have to change these. I either need some offset back plates if I can get them, so I could drop the whole filter unit down, which might make them difficult screwing on. Either that or just some of these. Although this won't actually fit this. This is for a 376 AML. Yeah, so I'll see either a pair of them or just some different type of filters. Some of the modern ones, which not that keen on putting on because they look a bit odd. Yeah, but that's on there. Yeah, and even the other side, once this tank, because I've now screwed, well, I haven't done the front, I've just tightened the back bit down. Yeah, even that one is just touching. Once that was tightened down, I've just got to tighten these front ones, and yeah, tank will be on, kind of. Yeah, and the other thing is, I don't think I'm going to fit choke cables. I've got the lever on there, or air slides rather. Yeah, I've had a look at the forums. A lot of people say you don't really need them unless you're going to run it in really cold climate. I don't usually ride my bikes through the winter, not these days. Don't need to, so yeah, not going to. Yeah, so I'm just going to get a couple of plugs, a couple of little screw plugs that go in there. I've got them on order actually, so I'll just pop them in once they turn up. I have got the cables now, but yeah, like I say, I don't think I really need to. I'll just keep them for spares. Yes, so I have now got the speedo bracket, speedo, and the binnacle, the rubber, so that'll be the next little job. We'll just lower the ramp to do that, make it a bit easier. I can then finish wiring in at the front here. I've just made another little link piece there, so I can make the extra connections for the pilot light and also the lamp for the speedo. Yeah, so it's kind of getting there now. Just not very happy with this. I might just run it for a little while and see how it goes. If it starts to sort of wear excessively there, yeah, have a rethink. But I mean, you can see I've bent that pancake back a little bit, and even then it's touching. It's just too sharp a bend there. This is just in the wrong place. On the tank, that should be further back here, I believe, because there's plenty of space there. No space there. So not particularly well made. It's either that or do some more filing up the front here and shift the tank forward, which yeah, I mean, it's not sitting that well as it is, so I don't really want to do that. Yeah, so that's where we are at the moment.